Oh, right. Just got through with the workout here. I want to make sure because I think it's important, even with a small audience, to make sure of goals and objectives and whichever as much as possible. Okay, because people can get things misconstrued. People can, you know, the creator may say some things that the subscriber may be like, "What the fuck does this mean?" But I want to make 1,000% sure. You know, you shouldn't just be a doomer and be stuck at home all day, or just work your job being depressed or whatever it is. You should be optimistic. That means realizing that, yeah, things are going to get bad. And that's something I don't want you to live in a fantasy and say, oh, yeah, well, everything's going to be great. Everything's going to be copacetic, baby. No. What I'm saying is that things will get bad. But being optimistic to say, I'm going to survive. I'm not going to let the world beat me down. It's kind of like, that song, can't nobody hold me down. And no one to make my stride. Whoa, no, I got to keep on moving. And that's what you got to do. Realize that, what? Things are crumbling around you. You're going to see folks upset and angry, but you know what you got to do? Pick up the ones that are willing to listen, and the ones that aren't willing to listen, all you can do is just say, all right, goodbye, and keep going. Don't let that shit hold you back. It's kind of like that idea of cultured thug. Yeah, you could be, somebody who is a bit rough around the edges, but is cultured enough to know what the system is. It's the same type of thing with being an optimistic doomer. You can be optimistic about maybe not everything's going to be as bad as I say. Maybe it won't, but it's still going to get bad. It's just, a matter of bad and good are very subjective terms. And it's all a matter of opinion, what it's going to be like. Other folks are going to say, man, I've been through worse. Other folks are going to say, man, that was the most awful thing I've been through. It's a balance, right? You strike that balance. But, it's important to be optimistic about your own future. And I hate to be individualist about it, but the U.S. is an individualist country. It's nice to say, oh, yeah, well, we're going to be a collectivist society, this and that. Yeah, some parts of the U.S. will. But overall, the vast majority is every man for themselves in this land will be gunning. And people are going to take care of their families. That's the only collective you may talk about. But in terms of caring about the whole neighborhood, nah, man, they don't care. That's not a collectivist mindset. When you live in a neighborhood today, that comes from police getting arrested, and also comes from potential revenge from a neighbor, which can happen after things get bad too. So if it's kind of more of a mutually assured destruction type of thing, where it's like, if you decide to fuck up my shit, my man, I'm gonna go fuck up your shit. You got to be optimistic though. Let me go back to that. Let me make sure. I know people get the wrong idea, but you have to be optimistic to say, you know what? Without this, this upcoming, upheaval, I wouldn't have met my wife, or I wouldn't have been able to learn how to, fix a car, or, whatever, whichever thing you thought, I never knew I wanted that. But, maybe life will be fulfilling that way. You got to look for that silver lining. Like I say, now this is a different sort of silver lining. What I was saying before is more of getting people on your side. This is more of a silver lining about after things have fallen apart, you finding something that maybe you had no idea you wanted. So I think life is also about that, being able to find those things. But yeah, with that being said, I think I've said my piece on that. Just try to be optimistic, but also, keep in the back of your mind what could happen. Some people may say my prediction earlier wasn't really that bad. And it's not that surprising. It could be a lot worse. But you know what? You see it as you want to. But I think it's important to be an optimistic doomer about it, and not just fall into the trap of, let's play video games, and that's a false sort of optimism. Just sitting around playing video games or going to the bar, that's false optimism. Real optimism is, finding like-minded people and realizing that things are going to get worse and preparing or having some sort of idea. That's real optimism. And with that, I say to you, adieu and goodbye.